In today's energy markets, I want to focus on WTI crude. We're seeing some further weakness again today. Now, we did see a very volatile session today, folks. I can tell you WTI settled right at 53.25, a high of 54.63, a low of 52.11. And I can tell you, in the after hours markets, we are seeing continued downward pressure on WTI. Now, WTI is back below $53 a barrel, currently right around the 52.75 mark. And that volatility in the space continues to persist as we see again some of the supply concerns, demand concerns continue to play out, and also the global slowing and the dynamics between the tariff situations. All of these things are having a factor in the volatility, not only the equity markets, but I think it's spilling over into the crude space as well. And you're seeing those correlations between the equity markets and the crude environment continuing to kind of mimic each other. So basically going to one, as we like to say down here. And so you're seeing all of these, what would be perceived as possibly more risky assets starting to track each other. And with that, we saw a big range in WTI today, a $2.52 range. So that's a quite significant volatility. OPEC really started off the day this morning. We got some news from the Saudi oil minister indicating that they will continue to monitor and adjust to keep prices stable, if not higher. That created a rally in the space. We did see both WTI and Brent higher. But then you started to work in the idea that we saw the equity markets selling off throughout the day, the supplies coming out of Cushing. Last week, we got a supply number, 3 million barrel build in the stockpiles. So that supply story came back into focus. And so just a downward trend within the market, I think, put further pressure on WTI and reversed the upward move this morning to a lower type of profile. And you look at what's going on here as we continue to see the equity markets come under some pressure, not only from the trade tariffs, but now we're seeing some regulatory factors entering into the tech sector that start the week off, and we're seeing the NASDAQ down quite significantly. All of these factors, I think, are leading into the idea that we're going to potentially see either further global slowing, and if that's the case, then you're seeing these risk assets, particularly when you look at WTI and Brent, coming under further selling pressure, and this downtrend really persists, and we're pushing back down to levels, folks, here that we have not really seen since January of 2019. So early January lows here. We saw the crude space come off those lows in the end of December, early January, but when we first saw that first kind of consolidation level, it was right here around that 52.25 level, and we actually broke through there briefly this morning. So again, keep an eye on this level right here, because if we continue to see further weakness, then we could possibly go back down and test those December lows based on the current momentum within the marketplace.